Hey guys, once again another lesson on licks. Okay, so the last lesson I did was hammer-ons. Next I'm going to do pull-offs. Okay, and a pull-off is basically the opposite of a hammer-on. We talked earlier about how hammer-ons, you're on one fret with your, let's say, your pointer finger, and to get to the next fret, let's say I play a note that's higher than the 8th fret. Let's say I want to hammer on to 10, so I'm not plucking both strings like that. I'm plucking my first string, or my first note, and hammering on the rest. The pull-off is the exact opposite. What you're doing is you have two fingers on the fretboard, and you're pulling off to a lower note. So I pluck once, then pull off. Pluck once, then pull off. You can do this all over the fretboard like I showed you in the hammer-on lesson. Remember to do it with all different fingers too, okay? So you guys get good. So let's do it to a metronome now. So I'm going to go to metronomeonline.com. It's a free metronome. I've got one, but I just can't find it around here right now. So let's set it on 96 right now. Alright. I'm going to practice this all with the fretboard, but let's practice it right here, okay? Doesn't really matter. So you can practice all downstrokes or down and upstrokes. So it's kind of tricky at first to find that beat, but once you find it, try not to lose it. Find the more I talk, also I lose the beat. So that's a really important way to practice. And what I talked about before too in the hammer-on lesson is you can do multiple pull-offs or multiple hammer-ons. So in this I'm going to talk about multiple pull-offs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off, I'm going to have my pointer finger on the 8th fret, ring finger on the 10th, and then my pinky on the 11th. And watch what I do. Each finger's pulled off individually, so I'm going. That's a really good exercise. Also the other way around. So that one's a little bit tough for me, but this one's actually a lot easier if I do my pinky, my middle finger, and my pointer finger. So like this. So that's basically it. Let me turn my metronome off here. There's a couple other things I wanted to show you guys. Once you get that down, I would practice each individual lick for, I'd say, a minute at a time. Just keep on practicing to a metronome and move it all around the fretboard. You know, take your time. This whole fretboard, if you practiced a minute with every finger in every position, it's going to take hours to do. So just break it up. You know, every time you practice, only practice a little group or a little area of the fretboard. But now the fun part is when you know hammer-ons and pull-offs, and let's say we learn bends. The next lesson I'm going to do bends. So we can put those licks together, and that'll give us a really bluesy type of a lick. So I'm bending, I'm coming down and releasing, pulling off, and then hitting that note. So bend, release, pull off, hitting another note. So it adds a lot of flavor to your playing. Also, you can do something like this. Hendrix does this a lot. I think in Foxy Lady he did something like that. And then down at the very at the neck, a lot of blues and stuff. They do stuff like that. That's a hammer-on, and then I'm picking a note on top of it. But these licks are super basic. And how they're made complicated is there's a million different things you can do if you combine a couple of these licks. So a couple hammer-ons, a couple pull-offs, and that's basically every, throw a slide in there, some vibrato, a couple bends, and that's every solo in rock and roll. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. This is I think well, this is the second of a ton of videos I'm going to do on licks and stuff like that. And so, yeah, if you guys have any questions, visit my website, GuitarMadeEZ.com. Check out my ebook. It's only $5. It's everything that I've learned up until this point playing guitar. I've learned the hard way. I'm self-taught predominantly, and it just breaks it down super easy to anybody, so anybody can learn how to play guitar. So, yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you guys in the next lesson. Take care.